One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours.
Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh, glory, 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 glory.
Oh,
glory, oh, glory. If you're black and you're proud, hands up. If you wanna make a change, I'm my leader, stand up.
Look, I'm tired of seeing my people on the news, texting my friends, hoping they're okay too.
And yeah, we get that all lives matter, but I get to choose the color of my skin, so how does that matter? Your job is to serve and protect me, so where's the protection? Not only dying from racism and COVID infections.
Can't get snacks like Trayvon, get some sleep like Brianna. The more they kill us off, we're losing our mothers and fathers.
Listen, when will enough be enough? I shouldn't be afraid that I'm next to go in handcuffs.
Look, it's time to team up and stop the cruelty.
My border's up and I see him walking towards me.
Walking, yelling no justice, no peace.
Kneeling until my people reach equality.
Now the war is not over, victory isn't won. We'll fight on to the finish, then when it's all done, we cry glory, oh glory, oh glory, oh glory. We'll cry glory, oh glory.
something must be done as soon as possible. And if we come together, we're unstoppable. If you're red, white, yellow, green, or blue, this isn't just our fight, nah, it's yours too. More than being enslaved like my ancestors. It's time that we expose the country's transgressions. We're the future, not the past. It's time to steal the present. Unity is what we're wishing for as a present. We doing Zoom calls, protests, rallies, and more. The bigger we are in numbers, yeah, we can even the score. The year is 2020, let us make that clear. This the last generation they mess with fear. And when we get old, the stories will be on repeat. Fighting for our rights and mass and trying to keep 6 feet. With my hand in yours, we'll get our justice and peace. Fists up, it's time to come together on our own streets.
We need to stand together so we can be one.
Good morning, everyone. I am Portia Roberson, the CEO of Focus Hope, and I want to start off by thanking all of you for joining us for our Heroes for Hope breakfast. Albeit that we couldn't be together this year, I hope you all are at home enjoying a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and I hope that you'll enjoy the presentation this morning. Give me a moment and indulge me. Allow me to thank our presenting sponsors, first for our Heroes for Hope breakfast, Ford Motor Company and Lear, and for our Eleanor's annual March for Hope, WDIV Channel 4, and Magna International. Thank you so much to so many generous supporters, including the Pistons Group and so many others that you will see along the screen. And once again, thank you to our community for supporting Focus Hope for the last 52 years. We appreciate you. Have a great morning. Enjoy the presentation.
Hello, I'm Dave Bain, and it's my pleasure to serve as the honorary chair of Focus Hope's Weekend of Hope. For the first time ever, the Heroes for Hope Award will be presented virtually. This signature event honors business leaders and community leaders for their ongoing support, and I thank you for your generosity. Plus, I really want to thank the men and women of Focus Hope for their ongoing commitment and doing the vital work for this community. For several years, I've been aware of the vital work that Focus Hope does in the greater Detroit metropolitan area. Now, as a board member, I have an even deeper appreciation for the hard work of the staff and the volunteers. And lastly, I want to thank CEO Portia Roberson for her leadership and moving this organization through this pandemic and social unrest. Now, everyone sit back and enjoy this year's Heroes for Hope.
Welcome to the Catholic Church of St. Moses of Light. This was Father Cunningham's home for 30 years. It was here that God inspired him, along with Eleanor Josias, to create Focus Hope. And we pray today that God may inspire us all to continue their mission today. So let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us here today to, again, celebrate and promote the mission of Focus Hope. We pray for all of us today, especially for our frontline workers, that you may give them an increase of your faith in your presence. When they are tired, give them strength. When they experience fear, give them courage. And when they experience discouragement, give them an increase of hope. We pray for those who are present here, that God may inspire you, if it is your calling, to as well join these men and women in the front lines who are fighting for justice and peace. And increase our faith, hope, and love as we continue to work for this justice and peace, which is so needed in our society today. May we be a beacon of light amidst the darkness of our world. Amen.
Hello, I'm Jay Craig. While we cannot be together to celebrate our accomplishments, this year has again demonstrated the importance of Focus Hope to our community. Recent acts of violence have once again stirred the feelings of hopelessness and anger for those who abhor the racial discrimination that exists in the United States today. We must do better to understand the frustrations, hopes, and needs of others. I have been an active member of Focus Hope for a number of years and have led the development of the truck driver training program that has created life-changing opportunities for those who felt they had none. This is just one of the many programs that Focus Hope offers to the citizens of Detroit. Early learning programs, youth development, food for seniors, and advocacy, equity, and community empowerment together create a powerful resource for our citizens. The team at Focus Hope is passionate about using practical action to overcome racism, poverty, and injustice. We are fortunate to have such a great resource at this time and to have the community's support for an organization whose mission is as relevant today as it was in 1968. We must be the change together. Thank you.
Focus Hope was founded in 1968 through Father William Cunningham and Eleanor Jositis' work to overcome racism, poverty, and injustice. The core of Focus Hope's mission is to help create meaningful change in people's lives by empowering them with support at every life stage as they encounter different needs at different times, from birth through senior years. The key stepping stones of the services we provide are early learning, youth development, workforce development, and food for seniors. More than anything, Focus Hope is about justice, partnering with people as they work to achieve their goals at every stage of life. Through advocacy, equity, and community empowerment work, Focus Hope seeks to be a voice of hope, bringing the community together in support of justice and equality. Through the foresight of our founders, Focus Hope has empowered thousands of people in metropolitan Detroit through food, education, and training. For over 50 years, Focus Hope has been a beacon of light for people working to create meaningful change in their lives. This would not be possible without the committed and outstanding support of the Heroes for Hope being honored today. Today, we come together to celebrate these heroes, along with everyone who is part of the Focus Hope family. Community members, volunteers, donors, board members, staff, and so many more. You make Focus Hope's work possible. Congratulations to 2020 Heroes for Hope honorees. Visionary Award, United Way for Southeastern Michigan. Accepted by Dr. Darian Driver Hudson, CEO. Lloyd E. Royce Corporate Leadership Award. Jim Tobin, Executive Vice President, Magna International. Father Cunningham and Eleanor Jositis Award. Dwayne Casey, Coach, Detroit Pistons. Corporate Legacy Award honoree, Jim Farley, Incoming CEO, Ford Motor Company.
United Way for Southeastern Michigan's commitment and service has made a lasting impact on thousands of individuals throughout the city of Detroit, Southeast Michigan, and across the nation. As a leader, United Way for Southeastern Michigan is an inspiration to many people seeking to make a difference in this world. It is in consideration of these efforts that Focus Hope is recognizing United Way for Southeastern Michigan with the Visionary Award. Visionary Honoree, an institution whose vision embodies a better Detroit. This institution creates impact in Detroit, from investing in the economy to improving education to paving the way for future generations to live and work in Detroit. We at Focus Hope think United Way for Southeastern Michigan embodies this description. On behalf of Focus Hope, we give the Visionary Award to the United Way of Southeastern Michigan. It is accepted by Dr. Darian Driver Hudson, CEO.
From the bottom of my heart and from all of us at United Way, thank you, Focus Hope.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Focus Hope.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Focus Hope.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Focus Hope.
On behalf of the United Way for Southeastern Michigan, I, Darian Hudson, President and CEO, humbly accept the 2020 Visionary Award from Focus Hope. We are honored to partner with Portia Roberson and the Focus Hope family, and thankful to have an organization like yours that serves as a beacon of light for thousands across our city. Our partnership with Focus Hope is deeply rooted in the community, focusing on food insecurity, childcare services, and economic mobility. At United Way, we are focused on stable households and thriving children. And what I love most about our organization is that we are fueled by the caring power of our region, mobilizing hundreds of thousands to give, advocate, and volunteer. As one institution, we connect those in need to over 1,300 social service organizations like Focus Hope in Southeastern Michigan. When I think of the work we did together at the height of the pandemic, raising over $35 million for those who were impacted by COVID-19, it would have been impossible without the collective efforts of hundreds of community leaders who worked tirelessly to serve Detroit in her time of need. This award is a reflection of the grit, resilience, and compassion and true spirit of Detroit that was captured during our toughest hour. Our work is far from over, but trust that we accept this award and the responsibility that comes with it. And to that end, please make sure that you are registered to vote, have created a voting plan, and are ready to vote by November 3rd. Thank you to my amazing staff, our transformative partners, and especially to the Focus Hope family for this very special 2020 Visionary Award. Be safe, stay healthy, and stand united.
On behalf of Focus Hope, we present the Lloyd E. Royce Corporate Leadership Award to Jim Tobin, Executive Vice President, Magna International. Jim's commitment and service around social justice issues has made a lasting impact on thousands of individuals. During Jim's career, he has provided valuable civic leadership while advocating for community members, leaving a lasting impact on thousands of individuals throughout Magna International, the city of Detroit, and the world. In consideration of Jim's achievements and efforts, Focus Hope is honored to recognize him with the Lloyd E. Royce Corporate Leadership Award. Appropriately named, the Lloyd E. Royce Corporate Leadership Award honoree is a leader who not only looks for ways to improve their company, but also someone who dedicates energy and time to improving the community. Through acts of kindness that further social goodwill and championing causes for those less fortunate, a Lloyd E. Royce Corporate Leadership Award recipient is an unequivocal force of equality and positive change in the world. We at Focus Hope believe Jim embodies the definition of this award.
First and foremost, I would like to congratulate my friend Jim Farley on the Corporate Legacy Award. With everything Jim has going on at Ford Motor Company, he still takes time out to support our local community and the communities that Ford is in. I am humbled and honored to receive the Lloyd Royce Corporate Leadership Award. My name and Lloyd's name in the same sentence, I'm privileged. Lloyd has been an icon in the auto industry as well as the community on everything that he accomplished and everything he did. And his son Mark, a good friend of ours, is following in his footsteps. When I look at the award, it shouldn't just go to me. It should go to the team. It's been a true team effort. If you look at the pillars of our corporate constitution, one of the key elements is community service and giving back to the community where we have plants, where we have our employees. And supporting Focus Hope is a great example of that. So I'd like to congratulate the Magna team in getting this award, and then I especially want to thank, and this award should also go to my wife Joan. Without her love and support, I would never be able to get things done day to day. And when you look at Focus Hope and some of the things they're doing in giving kids and people the opportunity, no matter what race, color, or creed, they need the support. And I grew up in the southwest side of Detroit, went to Holy Redeemer Grade School, so I do recognize the needs of the city. We have to continue to support organizations like Focus Hope so we can prosper as we go forward. Thank you very much, and I truly appreciate the award.
The Father Cunningham and Eleanor Jositis Award, Dwayne Casey, Coach, Detroit Pistons. Coach Casey's commitment to social justice and advocacy has made a lasting impact on thousands of individuals throughout the city of Detroit, Southeast Michigan, and across the nation. As a leader, Coach Casey is an inspiration to many. During Coach Casey's time in Detroit, his devotion to the work and mission of Focus Hope as a community advocate for equality, as well as a volunteer, organizer, and supporter of our food justice program, has been exceptional. In consideration of these efforts, Focus Hope is honored to recognize Coach Dwayne Casey with the Father Cunningham and Eleanor Jositis Award. This award honors Coach Casey's dedication to social justice through passion and commitment to help others. As a leader whose actions reflect Focus Hope's mission of intelligent and practical action to overcome racism, poverty, and injustice, Focus Hope is delighted to recognize Coach Casey's commitment to supporting positive futures for all Americans.
I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you for this beautiful award. Thank you to the wonderful people of Focus Hope, Portia Robertson, Frank Kubik, and Stephanie Maurice. Also to the many wonderful workers and volunteers who are in the day-to-day trenches at Focus Hope. Thank you for what you do. I didn't get involved with Focus Hope for the recognition. When the COVID pandemic hit, my wife Brenda and I were talking to our kids to see what we could do to help, especially the seniors of Detroit. I called my good friend Dave Bing, who is on the board of Focus Hope and a great ambassador for its causes, to see what we could do. He got me in touch with Portia and she got me to work. Being able to get my family and the Pistons players to help load boxes and deliver them was a great honor. It felt good to do something that was impactful. Focus Hope has been an agent for change in this community since 1968. Its contributions to early learning, youth development, job training, and food for seniors are helping to be a force of change for the city of Detroit and its suburbs. Focus Hope pledges actions to overcome racism, poverty, and injustice. Its founders, Father Cunningham, Father Frazier, and Miss Eleanor Jositis, started Focus Hope to fight the exact issues we're still seeing today. We can continue their vision by the volunteer work or donations to Focus Hope. Our community needs what they provide today more than ever before. So let's continue to work and to continue to give. As a country, we spend a lot of time talking about what our rights are and place very little emphasis on what our obligations are. We should focus less on those rights we were born with and start teaching our children the importance of our obligations. It's important that our present and future generations learn those life lessons. We all have an obligation to serve and give back. Again, thank you for this wonderful recognition, and I hope it motivates others to get involved and to help make a difference in the great community of Detroit through Focus Hope.
Last but not least, Focus Hope is pleased to present the Corporate Legacy Award to honoree Jim Farley, CEO, Ford Motor Company. The impact Jim's career and professional leadership has had in advancing the causes of equality in the automotive and business fields is outstanding. Jim's history of leading critical units locally and globally, resulting in significant accomplishments, is exceptional. Jim has been a mentor and inspiration to countless people while also providing valuable civic leadership, leaving a lasting impact on thousands of individuals throughout Ford Motor Company, the city of Detroit, and the world. Additionally, Jim's leadership to support vital initiatives to help those in need in our community, including with the Pope Francis Center, further deepens the work Ford Motor Company has generously supported at Focus Hope over the years, leading the way to help others by providing education and training to address poverty, leading to real career opportunities. It is in consideration of these achievements and efforts that Focus Hope is excited to honor Jim Farley with the Corporate Legacy Award. The Corporate Legacy honoree has served as an active leader in Metro Detroit and has made sustained contributions to the growth of the city of Detroit and our region through an ongoing commitment of time and expertise. The Corporate Legacy Award honoree, Jim Farley, Ford Motor Company.
Thank you so much, everyone at Focus Hope, for this honor. I'm really humbled. The story of Detroit is changing. There's a lot more energy and opportunity, yet there's still a long way to go. Creating new prosperity for this city is not an easy journey. More than a century ago, Henry Ford introduced the $5 a day workday, transforming America's working class into its middle class. Today, Ford invests more than $60 million in education programs and scholarships for Black students. But we have to continue to figure out ways to bring more people along. As you know, when I was able, I volunteered at Pope Francis Center in Detroit. Together with many other colleagues, We help to provide the basic food, shelter, showers, information to all the people in need. Imagine trying to start your day without breakfast. Imagine the journey of getting through the day, starting over, or taking your first step on a new ladder. A lot of us work hard to be successful, but success is best measured by how many people we can take with us. For those folks, we are their village. We have to be. Your recognition is only inspiring me to do more. I will be there for them, for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, honorees. We want to give a big thanks to WDIV Local 4 for their support of the Weekend of Hope. For our keynote conversation, here is Local 4 anchor and the host of Flashpoint, Devin Scillian, with his conversation with Ford CEO, Jim Farley.
Thank you so much, Portia, and everyone at Focus Hope. Local 4 has had such a long and powerful friendship with Focus Hope over the years, and that means that I've had a long and enduring friendship with Focus Hope since arriving in Detroit about 25 years ago, and now my good friend Portia Roberson running Focus Hope. So I'm delighted to be with you today, especially as we count down toward Eleanor's March for Hope, which is coming up this Sunday, and I'm so glad Local 4 is the presenting sponsor. And I can't believe our good fortune at being able to have a conversation with Jim Farley on his very first day on the job as CEO at one of the most iconic companies in human history. Jim, thank you so much for the time. I can't imagine you don't have much going on today, but tell me a little bit about your reflections of, because I believe I read you're only the 11th CEO of, as I mentioned, one of the most iconic companies in history. Has the weightiness of this moment set in on you yet?
I didn't get much sleep last night. You know, my grandfather started in 1916 at the Highland Park plant as an hourly worker at Ford. So for me to be at this moment at Ford's transformation, a really double transformation, is so humbling. I have to say, I'm so thankful to serve the Ford team. We have a great future. We've gone through so much as a company in 117 years, and we're just about to do it again. The day was great. We started talking to the whole team about our concrete plan to transform Ford. Got a lot of feedback online. We had over 20,000 people who tuned in and thousands of comments from everyone. So great feedback. And the highlight of my day is we had an employee car show, and I got to see a totally original 1970 Pinto, all the way to Lincolns that looked like land yachts. It was really a lot of fun today.
That's really great. Of course, we already have seen a little bit of shakeup at the executive level. Does that tell anybody about sort of the way that you intend to work and the way that you're coming in? Not afraid to change things on your first day?
No, I mean, our plan to transform Ford, to turn around our automotive operations and actually disrupt ourselves is going to require the best talent in the industry. We're bringing in some new team members, and we're also, continue to upgrade our team. And yes, we have to be decisive. We don't have a lot of time. It's time to make the changes we need to make, and it's time to, we kind of know what to do. Now it's time to get on the field. The clock's running down, and we got to go.
You know, you obviously come into this job in pioneer country. None of us really has had much experience with what the nation and the world is going through right now with the pandemic. What do you think that all of this is doing to your job, to the workplace, and to Ford and its place in world business?
Well, the lasting impacts of COVID, I don't think we'll ever go back. We've learned we now have 100,000 people plus that are working remotely, and we've gotten used to it. And interesting to be in the office today on my first day. We've been together as a team. I mean, we are so thankful to be together when we do get together. I think the office place will be different. Ford is not going to need the number of buildings we have around the globe. The spaces are going to be collaborative. We may not even have a permanent desk at a company like Ford because people may be coming in just once or twice a week when they need to collaborate with their peers. We have a lot of facility-dependent people. at Ford, our manufacturing team, our engineering team that need labs, that need to test vehicles, the clay modelers that shape the vehicles. And for them, COVID's been a very different experience. They're not working remotely. The PPE at 110 degrees in a Kansas City plant is not easy to live with. And, so we've had absenteeism, part supply issues because of it. So I guess Ford is always at its best when there's a crisis. No one asked us to produce PPE, we just did it. And our team is totally stepping up right now. But I do think we're gonna feel the effects of this for many, many, many years to come. And it really is gonna change a company like Ford.
And that is already happening against this backdrop of a workplace, a working world that is changing. I've spent a lot of time thinking about the future of work. I can't imagine I've spent as much time thinking about it as somebody like you have. When you look out at the future, and obviously this is where Focus Hope has sort of, its foundation is about putting people to work. How do we find enough work for people in the future when we have found so much being turned over to technology now, so much more that we're doing in front of a computer rather than with our hands? What do you think about when you hear somebody talk about the future of work?
It's a complex topic, but I agree with you. We talk about it as a leadership team every day, and a lot will change. Look at electrification is coming to our industry. Electrification, the vehicles are much simpler to produce. We have lots of engine and transmission plants around the world, and I think we're thinking deeply about vertically integrating our business so that our team stops making EcoBoost 4-cylinder engines and starts building electric motors. And so retraining, being flexible, I think is the name of the game. Whether you're a knowledge worker or you're building engines on the line for Ford, we're all going to have to just learn with change and flexible. And I think that's the key. For Ford, this is a really big topic because we are the #1 manufacturing company in our industry in the U.S. We produce more vehicles and have more American jobs building vehicles than any other brand. And so this question is so pertinent for us. And we're also a family company. So we have a different kind of relationship with our team. And I think what we've learned is you got to be flexible.
Yeah. It's also a company that is changing. We no longer really can think of Ford as a car company. I can remember a conversation I had with Bill Ford Jr. This is going to be 12 to 15 years ago up on Mackinac Island. And he told me that at any given time in the world, he had come to learn that about 30 to 35% of the traffic in any city in the world was just people looking for a place to park. I haven't had a great night's sleep since he told me that, and it really frames exactly kind of your marching orders about becoming a mobility company, and that's a transformation that's going to be taking place every single day, every hour for you, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. We have two things to change at Ford. We have to turn around our automotive operations, but secondly, we have to disrupt ourselves, like you said. We can use automated technology, which that has really made a lot of progress even in the last year. If I were to take everyone to Pittsburgh and show them Argo, I think you'd be absolutely blown away at what an autonomous car can now do by itself. And that's just going to get better and better. Not for everyone, but if you're a working mom and dad and your kids need to get to a ball game and you can't be there for them, autonomy is a great solution. For the elderly, for the young, for the disabled, this technology is a game changer for people's mobility. But, it's interesting, Ford is investing heavily in this capability, but at the same time, it challenges private ownership of a vehicle. It's like we have to disrupt ourselves to be ready for the future, as you say. We own Spin. It's the third largest mobility scooter company in the U.S. Boy, are we learning about, the freedom of movement in these cities. People are using sidewalks now, like they never have before with our scooters. Our scooter rides are now up to 20 minutes on average. something I couldn't even imagine a year ago. There are whole cities now that are closing big parts of the city, like San Francisco now. We're seeing, a lot of new solutions show up. I think, the bottom line is Ford has always been a company that democratizes or brings transportation to the masses. And that means we have the ambition in this new mobility society as being a consumer-facing demand. We don't want to make the scooters. We want to be in the moving people business. We don't want to just have the autonomous technology. We want to actually offer the people, as a customer-facing brand, a ride or move a package in an automated vehicle. We're investing heavily. It's a few years off, but I have to tell you that the technology is evolving so much faster than I imagine as an old school car guy.
Well, and this is really interesting now as to what leads what dog to drink here. I'm very into electrified cars. In fact, I've got my deposit down on the new electric Mustang. We watched California this past week announce that they'll stop letting people sell new gasoline-powered cars 2035, which I think is sooner than a lot of people think is even reasonable. But the question becomes, who pushes, how do we get people there? Because so far, while Tesla's been an interesting success story, Americans have not, by and large, embraced electrification as fast as maybe you and certainly the governor of California maybe would want. So how do you push this technology in a space where maybe people aren't quite ready for it yet?
Yeah, good question. Well, I think, first of all, we have to be ready with the product. And the product can't be a commodity product. Like your Mach-E Mustang, Ford is choosing to electrify our most iconic vehicles, like F-150 or the Mustang. And we think that the move to electric has to have emotion. And we also think that vehicles that are used for work can be really transformed with electric, because we sell 1 million F-Series a year. Within that 1 million units, there's definitely customers who have a duty cycle that fits the range limitations of electric vehicles, so they can charge every night with no problem. And they have very high costs, and so the electrons are cheaper than gas, and so it works for them. I think, to do this right in America, we're going to have to work together in ways that we never have. The infrastructure has to be built out. And yes, you can charge, your retail Mustang Mach-E, but I'm talking about the commercial customers, the electricians and plumbers and the people that build our homes and the ambulances in our community. For them to go all electric, they need charging in a completely different place, and the charging capacity has to be 2 or 3x what a customer with a Mach-E will use. So that has to be built out. And countries like Norway that leaned into electrification a decade ago has learned how to do this charging, solve this charging problem. Yeah. We also have to, I think, support the customer in different ways. And that means, servicing the vehicles remotely, even presenting the vehicles differently. The biggest challenge for us, and it's a really exciting challenge, is with these new electric vehicles, we can improve them over the air at night when you're sleeping, and your car will actually physically be different and perform differently in the next day. We may have a weather event and we need everyone to get 50 extra miles to get out of the way of a hurricane. We can program people's electric motors to perform differently. And so as consumers, we're going to have to get used to our cars improving and changing. That's something we've never, we're used to with our devices getting a new update. We're not used to our cars. So I think there's a lot for the consumers, government, and I think the burden really falls on companies like Ford. And we are forward-leaning on this. We support the Paris Accord. We're going to electrify our iconic vehicles, especially our work vehicles, and we're going to do our 50%.
I love thinking about that future, and I can't let you go, Jim, without a quick comment about where a lot of that thinking is going to be happening, and that's what you're doing at the train station in Corktown, which is going to become yet another iconic piece of the Detroit landscape. Just if you could give me a minute or so on what you expect that to be.
Well, first of all, I live in downtown Detroit, and every day I drive by the train station, and I have to give credit where credit's due, which is the vision of Bill. Bill really saw that Corktown community and the train station as an opportunity to really continue with the revitalization of the city we love, Detroit. And we're looking at it differently than maybe most people think. This is not a building renovation. For us, this is a way for us to really create a new mobility experience for the people who live in that community and the corridor up through Ann Arbor. So we're going to put our latest technology there. We're going to welcome competitors, new companies, technology companies to be on site. And most of all, we're going to work with the community to make sure that this new mobility experiments, pilots, works for them. I don't know how to handicap it right now because it's such an exciting project. One thing I do know is that we've gotten interest from around the country like we never expected. People want to be part of this renovation of Detroit, and they want to be part of this new mobility society, and they see Ford's commitment in Corktown as a way to kind of jump in with both feet. So who knows? We may have autonomous vehicles going between the Dearborn Ford campus and Corktown. We're going to have a large population of people, but it won't only be Ford people there.
That's just thrilling to think about and to envision when it comes to Detroit's future and your future at Ford as well. Jim, I can't believe, like I said, I can't believe our luck at getting to talk to you on your first day as CEO, but I just can't thank you enough for spending some time with us today, and best of luck in the future.
Thank you so much. You know, Focus Hope is something that's very close to me living in Detroit. This is an organization that is really there to serve brothers and sisters and all the citizens in the city that we all love. Benny Fowler and so many of the executives at Ford have been involved with Focus Hope for so long, and we're all in.
Fantastic to hear. Thanks, Jim. Another reminder, Eleanor's March for Hope coming up this Sunday. Our Larry Spruill will be the MC. For Jim Farley, I'm Devin Skillion. Let's send it back to Focus Hope.
Thank you so much to everyone who joined us today to celebrate our amazing honorees and the work of so many Metro Detroiters to overcome racism, poverty, and injustice throughout the Southeast Michigan region and beyond. The Weekend of Hope would not be possible without the generous support of our sponsors and our community supporters. We thank you to everyone who played a part in bringing the Heroes for Hope virtual to life.
Our president and CEO, Ray Scott, has offered profound words speaking out against racial injustice and pledged action with $1 million commitment to combat racism and discrimination.
Part of our values when we talk about being inclusive can't just be something that's on a wall. And it has to be part of your culture, it has to be part of the company, and you have to do it in a way that is meaningful.
Broke it down, tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find no fighters, but I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out. And mountains, we're gonna walk it out and mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times. And I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the end, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, rise, you will rise, we will rise again. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll bring the world to its feet and move mountains. We bring it to its feet and move mountains. I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do 1,000 rise up again. You will rise, you will rise, we will rise again. All we need is hope, and with that we have each other, and with that we have each other. Yeah, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. We'll rise. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like today, I'll rise up, in spite of the end. Rise up, rise, I will rise again. And we'll rise up, high like the waves, we'll rise up, in spite of the end. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 rise up again. For you, rise, for you, rise, for you, rise again. For you, rise, for you, rise, for you, rise again.
In order to know the bones of a city, you have to know every brick of its story, the central pulse that connects a community. You have to look up toward its universal ceiling through the wondrous eyes of a child. Detroit is a city of innovators who showed the world how to put large dreams on wheels. Traveling up south people with faith in their stride, pride in the tilt of a hat, the ones who hurdled over hardship and had the heart to still lead. Sometimes you must move with great intention, with force, with tears, fiercely into the unknown in order to survive. Michigan Central Station is more than a stained glass memory, of our mothers and fathers. It is the bustling new center of the future of global mobility, a destination spot for creatives, a meeting place for the most brilliant. What better place to revolutionize the core of Ford Motor Company than on top of our inspirational real-world streets of possibility? This can't be done alone. We need all of you to show up. Search for inspiration. It's under the hood, inside our chests. We are the bold ones, ready to build the world we are moving into, not the one we've always known. Unafraid to go back to our beginning in order to push triumphantly into the future. Imagine the body of our car as a body of a people, painted with thousands of extraordinary colors. Ideas fueling our machines that drop off the most important little people in the world to elementary schools at 8 a.m. every morning. We will never forget when our busy streets turned empty. Bird songs drowning out the morning commute, later to be filled up with the sound of resistance. Our resilient bones, an assembly line of interchangeable parts, a metropolis of ideas, our minds, the workstations of the future right off Michigan Avenue. A place that remembers how we arrived will create the powerful roadmap to where we must go next. Welcome to the mobility capital of the world. Welcome home. We can't get there without you.